actually did say Wendy was singing a different song to you at the club. He was like, Robyn, I love you so much. I've cried about our situation. And I'm like, Wendy, I'm like, girl. This has been going on for over a year. Yes. Well, good luck with that. Yeah.
Robyn girl, look at my face. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sam P. And today we're going to talk about the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's get right into it. The show starts with the ladies doing their thing. We see Miss Karen Huger going into a sauna, taking care of herself. One thing about Miss Karen Huger, she looks so good. She's 59 years old with the body of a 25-year-old, okay? She put all of us to shame, okay? Especially me, y'all. I need to be back in the gym. Then we see Miss Ashley and she's dancing. She's doing 1, 2, 1, 2 for TikTok, making that TikTok money. And then we see her tending to her little son. Next, we get to Robyn and Giselle. Robyn and Giselle are on their podcast doing their thing. They're telling us that they've been doing so good. They have many multiple endorsement, sponsorships. They're preparing some shows. They're making the banks and they're enjoying it. So we see them catching up. And at some point, Robyn started to tell Giselle how at the end of the Miami trip, when all the ladies went to the club, Wendy reached out to her and told her she loved her. Robyn girl, why don't you tell the truth to Giselle? Robyn tells Giselle that when Wendy told her she loved her, she was like, we've been at odds for a long time, so I'm not sure why now or whatever. And a part of me is like, y'all were drunk. And if I remember well, when she said, I love you, you were hugging each other. You look quite happy. Why suddenly, when you come in front of Giselle, you want to act like you didn't receive that situation with Wendy well? That shows you that the dynamic that she has with Giselle is not that equal. Why don't you tell the truth to Giselle? Why don't you tell Giselle that when Wendy told you she loved you and she gave you that hug, you were receptive? I posted it on my shorts and I had someone telling me what I'm talking about when I said that Robyn lied to Giselle, but I thought it was very obvious that Robyn didn't tell Giselle that she had a kumbaya moment with Wendy, even though they were drunk. That really happened. But we'll see what's going to happen next. Next, we have Candiace and her husband. Candiace is graduating with an MBA. And I'm like, congratulations to Candiace. Candiace is one booked and busy girl. She has Real Housewives of Potomac. She has been working on music, notably with Trina. I know she's on tour now, and she even had the time to get an MBA. What I love about Candiace is that she knows how to take opportunity when they come to her. She's really working hard, diversifying her activities, and I love it for her. Next scene, we see Karen with her assistant, and I was like, I remember that guy. I think it was maybe on like season 2 or 3. That was like her assistant that she brought to the scene with the ladies, and then Giselle and I think Ashley or Robyn, they did some shady stuff to her, and I was like, oh, they're still in contact. That's so nice. And then he came, and basically she's telling us that she wants to do a live show, and then the producer, being their shady self, are showing how she was having a discussion with Giselle, and Giselle was telling her that she was going to do a live show with Robyn. So it seems like the Grand Dame is highly inspired by a castmate, right? I remember last season the producer showed how when Wendy did a candle line, Karen also came in with a candle line. And now that Robyn and Giselle are going to do a live show for their podcast, she also wants to do a live show. But the Grand Dame is talking about, ours is going to be good. Her assistant comes in with a lot of idea and he's just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. He has a lot to say. He really has a vision for Karen, and all I can say is that I appreciate his enthusiasm. I really hope that Miss Karen is going to find a line. I understand that the goal here is to diversify her income. I saw that she started the YouTube channel, And I think that that's an area that I think she should focus on. Things I want to hear about Miss Karen Yuger, because I feel like she is a woman that has a lot of wisdom, and I want to hear what she has to say about certain things. What do y'all think? Where do you think Miss Karen Yuger should go as far as like diversifying income streams? Next scene, we see Wendy coming to the airport and her husband picking her up. Wendy was in Chicago. Wendy has been booked and busy. Whenever she was done in Miami, she had a conference in Chicago. So, she's talking with her husband and they just basically just bent. Next, we see Robyn and Candiace meeting. If you remember, in Miami, they had a big fight because Candiace was unhappy with Robyn for putting the audio of her Instagram live when she was basically saying that all the ladies ain't shit. I didn't understand why Candiace was so mad at Robyn, because a part of me was like, well, you put it for everybody to hear. One of them was going to hear what you had to say on Instagram live. It's not like you were having a private conversation with Robyn and then she decided to like record you and then make it listen to the other ladies. That's not what happened there. You went on Instagram live and said what you needed to say, which I understand why you did that, because you were angry with the way they attacked you at the dinner party. Apparently, she really respects Robyn a lot. So and that is the reason why she's heard that Robyn actually did that. So she gets there and they hug each other and then they both started crying.
I know, I'm sorry. I know.
And we learned that Robyn suffered a loss. And I mean, I felt bad. You can see that this was at the forefront of everything. I don't think the producer necessarily wanted them to start with that. But I'm happy that happened because this is real life, and sometimes, yes, you're at work and those things shouldn't happen. But I think that as a friend, if Candiace said that she really is a friend to Robyn, it only makes sense that if you see her for the first time somewhere after something like that happened, the first thing you would say is to give her a hug because you know what she's been going through. I don't think the producer liked that, but I think that this is actually that was such a genuine scene between the two of them. You can see Candiace was upset, she was crying, Robyn was crying too. I felt so bad. A loss is always hard, and then especially when you have to be at work and you're gonna have to be in front of the camera. I cannot even imagine. Robyn not missing on any check, and I'm not blaming her, but what I'm saying is that it must have been hard to have to like do a scene like that when you're suffering from a loss. So Candiace has that understanding, and when they have that discussion, you can see that Candiace is not trying to go hard on Robyn. I felt like that was a moment where it was, let's have that scene and let's move on with it, because there are more important things going on, like people dying. So yeah, so they make up quick. Robyn, Candiace tell her what her problem was with Robyn. Robyn tells her that she would have wanted Candiace to be a little bit more specific. I overheard people saying that Candiace actually said that Robyn wasn't part of that in the IG live. I didn't get to see that part. But Candiace agreed to Robyn's demand and they moved on, and Robyn can go and, deal with her loss in peace. Love that scene. And the reason for it was because I felt like it was genuine. Next, we see Mia entering a new store like a grand dame. And I mean, like a first lady, she's coming in, and apparently, this is the opening of her first store in Washington, D.C. She proceeds to remind us what she's been doing with her business. Congratulations to Mia on that. We see Miss Karen, who is the only person out of the group that was actually able to make it to that. Karen tells us that she takes her friendship seriously. Greater than we see Mia's representative coming in, saying hi to Karen and being also nice. And a part of me was like, you weren't that nice when they were in Miami and you were saying that Karen is not really a real friend to Mia, but whatever. Mia does a speech and everything, and nobody was there really. It wasn't a lot of people there. It was really just like she was making the speech for Karen and her representative. But yeah, Congratulations to Mia. We love to see Black people win. Next scene, we have Miss Ashley Darby visiting her uncle and her wife, and this was a very hard scene to watch. Ashley is upset. She's going through it. She doesn't want to go through a divorce. She doesn't want to be a single mom, raising two young sons on her own, and I don't blame her.
Being separated from Michael isn't going to change who you are.
I don't blame her. We see her bawling, like she's crying so hard. We can see like the vein in her head. And it was sad. Her uncle did not know what to do. Her auntie was trying to reassure her and tell her that she's a great mom and that she's going to do just fine and she can do it. But we can see why she is upset. And I'm not going to lie, it was hard for me to watch. I really felt bad for Ashley. I know she's going to be fine, but I want people to understand that marriage is a sacrament. It's sacred, and divorce is really hard. It's like a death. I don't think she married this man to divorce. I don't know what were a reason to marry him, but she likes where she is at. Had her way, she probably wouldn't get a divorce. And it's hard. Like a lot of people think that money can solve every problem. It can solve a lot of problem. One thing I can say is that she's not crying in a rough for. She gonna be fine financially, but she has that understanding that it's not only about the financial thing, but it's also about the mental and spiritual area of her life that are important, and especially for her kids. At some point, she mentioned that a young kid, whenever she fights with her husband, he screams them to stop. That is a problem. It is a problem. It is not an healthy environment to raise two young babies in. Personally, I prefer they fix it and they find a way to better be together. But if it's not possible, I really just wish Ashley to be okay, and that they are able to co-parent and raise their children in the best environment. That's really all that I can wish them. I feel like Ashley is a very strong girl. I think that she probably just had a moment. I think she's going to be okay. What do you think? Next, we see Candiace picking up her mom, and I was like, "Oh, Candiace's mom, it's been a long time." Candiace's mom is a case, y'all. She look good. She looks really good. Those two make me laugh. Their relationship make me laugh a lot. But yeah, they chit chat and everything, and it seems like it's good between them. And then the next scene, we have Giselle's twins daughter, Sweet 16, and it looks beautiful. I think they did it at a restaurant. It's very mature. The girls are with their friends and they're having lunch, and it's all pink, and the daughters are looking grown and beautiful. Then we see Giselle's ex-husband coming in and giving a speech. Nice. It's nice to see your children growing up. As he said, their daughter have been so good to them. They never gave them problem like that. And we can also see how Giselle is such a proud mom and emotional mom. I love to see Giselle as a mom. She's nice as a mom. I'm not gonna lie. She loves her daughter, and you can see that her daughter also very appreciative of what she did for them. It was just a nice moment overall. Y'all had a little table with her girlfriends, and it was nice. Congratulations to Giselle on raising three beautiful, young, smart ladies. Next is Candiace's graduation party. Everybody is there but Giselle. And Candiace's mom, at some point, whenever they were preparing for the party, they see
What? I thought Giselle wasn't coming. There she is.
I'm not gonna lie. Candiace's mom, she is a case. And Chris is cooking, he's working hard for his wife, he's in the kitchen. Candiace is really happy, she's dancing, she's celebrating, and it's really nice. We see Karen and Ray coming in. We see Chris coming with her daughter. Her daughter has grown a lot. She's a beautiful young lady. We see Wendy coming in. Wendy kind of like came with like 2 degrees. She was trying to make a little scene and everything. Comes in, everybody congratulating her. And then at some point, we have the grand dame asking Robyn, so, Ray and I are bored and everything. When is the wedding?
When's the wedding, Robyn?
Uh-oh.
And that's when Robyn was like,
When?
Probably more September. For that is spring summer.
oh, it's just gonna be the four of us. And Karen is like, really? Just the four of you? So you're gonna tell us you're gonna throw a wedding and then you're not inviting us? It's just gonna be four of y'all? And you can see that Karen has her eye on Robyn. She's sending all the shade possible to Robyn. And I mean, what can I say? The grand dame, is not really believing what Robyn is trying to put up. Wendy came in and sat down with Robyn and they get to have a discussion. And once again, Wendy apologized, and a part of me was like, I need Wendy to stop apologizing. I understand why she does it because sometimes when you are the bigger person and you're dealing with people that their level of intelligence is so low sometimes, like it's not even intelligence, like maturity level is so low, you always have like to throw them a hand, throw them a bone. And I think that's really what Wendy is doing, but I don't think that she should. I'm going to be honest. I think that she can have a conversation with her without giving an apology, especially that after she gave her an apology, always apologies about how you receive, or I don't even know. But all I can say is that Robyn asking her why she said what she said at the moment, she said, y'all were drunk. The opportunity came and she said it. Like, and even Wendy said, yeah, well, I was drunk. But yeah, Wendy wants them to be in good accord. She wants them to have a good relationship or at least be cordial. And we can see that Robyn, is not really for it, but she ended up saying yes. So a part of me is like, so what were you trying to do, Robyn? Why you were talking all this stuff with Giselle if you knew that eventually you were going to agree? But I don't think this was going to last for a long time. And Wendy confirmed by saying that this didn't last. That little kumbaya moment didn't last. Then on the side, Candiace did what I thought she was going to do on my last review, which is take Karen on the side and apologize because she did really say,
My bad. I love you and Ray.
and she's not happy about it, but she takes it very gracefully. She reminds Candiace that she loves her, that they're working on their relationship, and this wouldn't have been good. And I'm glad that Candiace, not only took Karen aside and apologized to her. She did it in front of the camera. She didn't wait for the reunion to do it. I applaud Candiace for doing that. But a part of me is like, well, she would have to do it at some point. But I like the fact that she didn't take too long, right? Do I believe that Candiace didn't remember what she said to Ashley? No, I don't. I think that Candiace knows exactly what she said to Ashley about La Grande Dame. I don't think it was about being drunk. I don't think it was none of that. I think that this is a rumor that Candiace discussed with Charisse extensively, and it's on her mind, and that's why she brought it up. It is interesting that the name of Charisse hasn't come out yet, because at the end of the day, we all know that Charisse is the one that came up with that gossip, and we also know that Candiace and Charisse are close. But hey, the grand dame takes it because the grand dame is smart. The grand dame understands that there's no point of her having enemies. They all kind of are enemies, but she doesn't need to have any flagrant one. The main one that she has is Charisse. Karen is just playing it smart. And I think that is the reason why she accepted the apology so easily. Next, we see Karen's husband Ray out of retirement and deciding to have a scene. He's talking to Chris and he's basically telling Chris that he needs to apologize to Giselle about the whole feeling uncomfortable situation. And a part of me felt like Ray was overstepping. This is none of his business. I know he's bored over there in retirement, but he needs to leave it alone. Chris felt the same way that I felt. He was really annoyed, and he was so annoyed that whenever Candiace was making a toast, he wasn't even there. He needed to go take a breather because he was angry at Ray overstepping, but also asking him to apologize for something that he didn't do. And a part of me understand him. And I was a little pissed because this was his wife graduation that he cooked for, and he could have at least, enjoy himself with his family. I'm not going to lie, I love the speech that Candiace gave, but a part of me was like, you're not gonna shout out your husband. Shout out her mom and everything, and we know her mom love to be number one. She also said that a mom relationship with Chris is cordial at best. They're not fighting at the moment. But like, you didn't shout out your husband, or is it that you shouted him out, but production didn't show it? Like, what is it? But yeah, I feel like Ray overstepped. That is not Ray place to say what he said to Chris. But a part of me do also understand what Ray may have meant, which was give her an apology so that you can move on, because those efforts are evil and they're gonna drive you. So for you to stop it, it's better you apologize. But Chris is also saying, well, if I apologize, it means that I did something. And I know I didn't do anything. So I'm not even trying to enter that game. And a part of me feels like, you know what? I agree with Chris, because those ladies have history of being messy, and because we know that, I think it is okay with Chris to stand his ground. What do y'all think? Do you think Chris should apologize to Giselle or not? Let me all know in the comments. On this note, of Potomac, they have a lot of footage, so there's a lot of like little scenes here and there. There's a lot going on that they're trying to fit in like 1 hour span. This episode was okay. I feel like not a lot of action, but I actually kind of like it because we saw a lot of raw moments. The moments between Robyn and Candiace was really, I felt it, and then Ashley talking to her family, I really felt that too. So yeah, I thought that episode was really good. Real Housewives of Potomac, they kept on giving. It was emotional, but I also laughed. We had some funny moments, notably with Kenzi's mom shading Giselle. What did y'all think of the episode? Let me all know in the comment. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. And I invite you to, And for those of you that have been here with me, supporting me, thank you all so much for your support. And I will see you all next week for my review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Bye.